Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to some more of our cleanup crew challenge for City Skylines Green Cities here on the PS4. We're still paused, as you can see. Got the traffic following the old highway line just there, as you can see. But we now have our two new off-ramps along this stretch of highway here. One to service the district over there, and then this one here to service our farm industry and also this part of the city just here as well. So let's quickly, before we do anything else, let's sort the rest of this highway strip of road out. So we need to find our highway. There we go. And we need to upgrade all of this. Take out these bits. Oops. That don't need to be here anymore. And we'll put that little missing piece back in a second. Go, and now we obviously need to sort the direction out as well. So change. Oh, we've got more highway over here as well. I forgot about this a little bit. And of course, I realised where the mistake is. I started switching stuff over. We're running with right-hand traffic, and I was assuming that we were running with left-hand traffic. So it's this that needs to change all the way through here. There we go, like that. So this is all correct, and this is where it needs to change. That's all good through there, and then that needs to change there as well. Excellent stuff. Let's just cap off the highway over here. And there we go. Traffic problems sorted. Our highway is back up and running again. So now we need to work on connecting over here. I think what might be a good idea is perhaps upgrading this road through here, all the way through here, and then coming up to a roundabout somewhere over here perhaps. So let's bring a road off from here to about here. Let's put a roundabout in. I want it to be a decent sized roundabout, not too big but not too small. It's going to have to handle a decent volume of traffic. That should do it. There we go. And now we need to feed roads coming in. So this is the off-ramp. So that wants to kind of go a bit like that. Like nice and simple. And then the in-ramp, I want that to kind of curve a little bit if I can. Like that. We'll have the main road coming in this way. And then what we'll also do is we'll bring a road off this way. And we'll run this through to a smaller roundabout somewhere about here. So if we turn this road to a straight road along here. And we'll put a small roundabout in here. that. There we go. And then this can feed off this way. Like that, and then we can obviously feed off this way and connect over to other stuff in this area as well. And then this connection wants to come up this way and around. Like that. There we go. And there's nothing to stop us again from bringing off little sort of side rows to connect to some of these other bits over here. Especially in this space over here. A lot of stuff we could do over there. We could even put a second industrial estate in over here if we wanted to, being nice and close to the roundabout here. Which means I'm actually going to change this connection here slightly. The angle was a little bit severe. We do it sort of a bit more like that. There we go. And again, we could also do something expanding into this territory over here. Maybe have another another industrial estate in this space here, and then we could even maybe rework this connection here to include a new off-ramp combination over here, perhaps. Maybe take this out and put in a big roundabout of some kind, perhaps. We'll see. So that gives us some nice flexible options. Over here, we need to do the same. We need these roads to kind of smoothly blend into a single road over here. So let's look at getting the road in place. And again, we could put another roundabout in over here if we really wanted to. I need to smooth this out here as well, though. This is still way too steep. So we're going to lower the terrain here a bit. And raise the terrain here a bit. Try and just very gradually smooth that out. It's going to make building around here a lot more interesting, that's for certain. With the terrain all kind of like this, we could end up doing quite a lot of substantial terraforming in this area. But for now, we're just looking to smooth the road itself. There we go. And I want a straight road coming down this way. Go. And there we go, we have our connection slightly rough here because of the gradient. Maybe I can actually smooth that out a little bit. We know that that's a one segment block there. So let's try and smooth that out just a touch. This is where it gets a little bit trickier. Right, so we want... It's not quite one, is it? Alright, let's go slightly smaller. That's a little bit better. It's still a little bit of a dip just there, but it's certainly better than it was, I think. And now we've created that immediate connection into our city over here. Just kind of call out a little bit for us another roundabout somewhere over here. But for now we'll leave it just like this. We can always, as I say, upgrade that and improve it going forward. So let's switch the road to freeway road like this, so it's a nice and fast arrival in and out of the city. And already you can see, just by putting this connection in, already we have a lot of sort of movement of traffic. And now that we've made it a fast road to the freeway, we should see even more of an increase in that as well. Look at that, instant access. Lovely stuff. I'm going to actually slow it down on approach just here, like that, to allow train traffic to get into the right lane. And let's do the same. Actually, let's finish this bit off over here. We don't need that there anymore, and we want to split. And let's see. I'm going to go with just slip roads for this. Change direction. There we go. And then over here, same again. We want to change the way that this works, so we want a good sized roundabout. Pausing so that I can get all these little bits in that I need to get in without direction getting screwed up for anything that's trying to use the roundabout. There we go. I'm going to leave those cross pieces in just there for now, so that we can bring something off this way in the future without distorting the roundabout. That one can come off. So we'll leave those two bits there. And to make sure that nothing goes in that shouldn't go in, we'll make it against the flow of traffic like that. Right, this needs to change as well. Oops. There we go, and now it's changed direction. Make sure we've got this all running smoothly. In fact, actually, before we do that, damn it. Now we can change directions. So that's fine. That all needs to change. And there we go. And with that little spoke there, traffic is pushing out from the centre, so no car can shortcut through there. And then I want this road that runs through here to be this dual carriageway through here, because we're going to have a lot of side roads that come off this way, I think. Alright, let's see if we immediately start getting some changes. I also need to de-zone. Ah, damn it, I've de-zoned the entire block. Select like that, there we go. So we're not building on the side of the road. So hopefully we will start to see some traffic escaping out this side of the estate, which it is doing. And to make things easier, I'm going to go ahead and do this. And dezone along here, because I don't want businesses on this main road cutting through, which means actually all of that's going to come out there, isn't it? Like that, and then same over here. And that can stay as it is, that's fine. I am going to take out some of these businesses. Actually, that one can stay. That one can go, and then it's got space to become a 4-tile business instead. Everything through there is okay. That's all okay. This one needs to come off. Alright. So we'll let this estate suddenly redevelop itself a little bit, and that again should also help really improve traffic flow quite nicely, I think. Of course, what I can also do, now that we've eliminated one of the connections that runs through, is I can add in a side road through here. I'm going to run it here actually, I think, like that. And this allows me to now put in additional business through here without getting too close to the main road. Still getting a lot of traffic wanting to go back out that way, which is unsurprising. But as long as we can get some traffic coming in and out through here as well, and as we build up this area and get more population through here, then that will also have a very positive effect on which way the traffic goes in and out. I think most of the businesses that it has to feed are sort of in this direction, which is why it's still escaping out through here. But we've certainly made a bit of an improvement in how the traffic can flow. I want to take that road out there as well. Add that in just there. Again, just so we've got a nice steady connection through there. In fact, because I've always been a little iffy about how close that is to the road, let's make another little change. Let's take these roads out now and relocate them now that we have the space. Like that. Bring another road down through the middle there. Yeah, now we've got a nice longer approach like that. We'll need to relocate these plazas. That's okay, we can do that. So let's move these. Get them a little bit more central. Let's rework our zoning. Alright. And then obviously we want to fill this bit in here as well. We're kind of on the edge of standard farm business over here. You can see that the land colour is almost normal green over here. So we're right at the very edge of the sort of fertile land, but we should still get some benefit from it. Road upgrades like that. We've got traffic lights on that roundabout. We want to change those. We want lights there. Lights there. Yeah, there we go. That's looking good. Oh, look how much better traffic is flowing around the estate. Obviously, we've taken a fair bit of business out of the immediate vicinity, but look how much nicer things seem to flow as a result of those little changes that we made. Getting traffic using all 3 lanes coming off this roundabout, which is our busier roundabout. And we're seeing a good amount of traffic using this roundabout already, despite that it's only got a tenuous connection to the farm just there. That's it. So that's really worked out pretty much exactly the way I wanted it. If we look over here as well, we can see a little bit of traffic use, bringing traffic in and out of this part of the map directly to the highway. So that's all working out very nicely as well. Ideally, it would be nice to have another highway connection somewhere down here as well, but you know, we don't really have access to that anymore. So maybe in the future, if we were to gain access to a tab down there, we could then bring a connection off there around the side of the mountain into the estate this way. But we can stick with what we have for now. So let's take a look at our info views. Still have very high unemployment. Look, why is unemployment so high? Education levels are absolutely fine. Maybe we just need to be patient and let those people make their way through the new expanded education system. But again, we're still not getting any demand for housing. People want work. Yes, there we go. I thought I turned it off for a second. Where's my other cemetery? The one that also tends to fill up quite fast. Yeah, that's pretty close. We'll empty that one as well. Oh, of course, I remember why we've got a sudden spike. We, if you remember, we painted a ribbon of high density along here. There you can see in particular the effect that that's had. That's where all those extra people were moving in through our central road along here. All that high density cutting through. Okay, that's fine. That works quite nicely like that. I've decided I am going to put a roundabout in somewhere over here, I think. Very close to the freeway. But I'll leave it like that until we get to the point where we need it. Let's start looking at dropping in more stuff around here. And also check where else we can add in some good zoning. This estate's coming on quite nicely as well, as you can see. Been debating whether or not to expand that to a double lane dual carriageway. And these buildings have come on quite nicely indeed. I'm going to actually add in an extra block just there. I don't think we need these power cables here anymore, do we? Now that we've got that direct connection there. It just never ceases to amaze me how quickly an office block like this, or an office area like this, can just spring up insanely quickly. Look at the road just sprawling away like that. That's pretty awesome. We'll get workers into those jobs, so I'm not too worried about that. You can see people using our footpath still. Had a business fail, but that'll get replaced. Something new will go in there. We still need more office and industry, so fill this section up. Had planned to put residential on this side of the road, but we need to create a lot of jobs. There we go. Oh, I've still got that cycle lane on there, haven't I? I can actually see people using the cycle lanes. I was about to take them off, but I've just seen how many people are actually cycling along there. I might leave them. Right, is that going to create a desire for more housing? Again, these office buildings should level up pretty quickly. I can see a little peak of green on the demand bar there. That's good to see. Hopefully soon, the zoning that we built along here will start to fill in. But yeah, these buildings should upgrade pretty quickly because they've got all the relevant services that they need. The only thing that potentially could improve them a little bit more would be a bus route through here, and we will look at doing that at some point. That reminds me, did I put a bus depot in? I did, didn't I? We've got a bus terminal over there. I completely forgot about that. We might look at linking some more routes into that. We could certainly run one all the way along this ribbon of sort of boulevard, all the way along there, straight to there, and then all the way back again to deliver people into this business park here. Alright, so the green keeps popping up and disappearing. We're starting to see the first of our houses building in this area. Very, very minimal building going on so far, but it is starting to happen. There are other spots on the map, of course, that's got a little bit of available building land as well, so those are also getting filled up. And we may well see some existing developments expanding as well. But that demand is starting to be filled, little bit by little bit. And unemployment has fallen and continues to fall. We've got to 25% of our population is now seniors. That's not good. You know, a lot of old people that are just, you know, no longer in work. But it also means that we're probably approaching a death wave. A lot of people are just suddenly going to go, no, I've had enough. And you can see there's a lot of seniors living in this estate here. There's a huge amount of seniors living over here in these tower blocks. A few more over here as well. Another sort of little retirement village over here. So as you can see, they're laced all throughout the city. When they all start to pop off, they're all going to go everywhere. Probably just as well we're working on getting our graveyards emptied now, because we might need them quite a lot very soon. Unemployment down to 13% now. It's starting to it's continuing to fall. That's good. Population is still going down though. Despite all those little improvements we've made, population is still falling, and I'm wondering if this is people dying off. I don't think we've done anything to directly affect housing in terms of available housing. We affected jobs, but we very quickly built those back up, and you can see that this area is thriving again. Traffic is flowing beautifully until you get to this little junction here, but yeah, we've got plenty of space here for traffic to queue up, as you can see, spreading out in all directions. And still the population continues to fall. Down to 46,400. Why is our population continuing to fall? We're adding in all the jobs that they want, and then they're all leaving. And yet, at the same time, we've got new housing going in over here. It's odd. I'm not seeing any signs, obvious signs of people dying out. I'll check our senior level numbers in a moment as well. Maybe seniors are up to 26%, so that hasn't gone down. It's still high. It's getting higher. Unemployment now 12% and still falling bit by bit. Maybe the population's dying off because of unemployment, despite that wave of new jobs that we've created. People are just going, there's no work, I'm going to leave. How are we looking over here? Traffic over here is still flowing really nicely ever since we put those on-off ramps in. As you can see, everything is just flowing so smoothly. Exactly what we wanted. It's not the prettiest of solutions, but you can see just how positive an impact that's had on traffic flow. A little bit busy over here as we try to exit the state, but as soon as it gets to here, look, you can just see it's all sorting itself out beautifully into the right lanes it needs to go on. Anything that doesn't want to use the rail hub is not getting held up. It can escape on its own separate road like that white van. Nice little slow detour here to allow traffic to flow through and then rejoin here. Didn't I plan on going back to 3 lanes on that bit as well, and then never got around to changing it? I remember I moved this specifically, I think, to upgrade it, and then never did actually upgrade it. There we go, that's better. But everything's just, it's just running so nicely ever since we put those ugly little ramps in. They kind of weave and twist their way around, but everything is just flowing beautifully. Population still falling. We're down to 45,500 people and falling even more. We're getting another big spike in demand for housing. Let's try and fill it. Take those power lines out now. quickly before anything moves in. There we go. May possibly end up dropping in some high density through here as well, but for now just kind of want to get this main road populated a little bit. And again, because we've got a transport hub here, this is a good place for us to put in some commercial and some office buildings. Put commercial on one side, offices on this side, oh, that should be residential. Yeah, let's put some more commercial on here, I think. There we go. So a nice little block of residential there. This will probably end up being business as well. Let's just fill that one there too. Actually, no, I'm going to put an office block on that little one there. There we go. So another little ribbon of jobs being weaved in. Unemployment down to 8%, and I'm not sure if this is the combination of us. Well, I think it's a combination, but I don't think it's entirely down to us creating new jobs. I think it's also the fact that we've just lost about nearly 3,000 people out of our city in the last sort of 3/4 of an hour or so. Right, let's get a bus route in. Service this newer area. So we have our depot over here. This is the only bus that runs into the depot, isn't it? And it kind of loops on itself over here. Why does it do that? Let's follow the route. So the bus comes along, loops here as well, look. So the bus comes out this way. Okay. Goes around the roundabout, along here, up to here, splits around that loop. There's a drop-off point to feed these more local bus services, and then comes back out this way, along here. This is where it loops on itself for some reason. So it goes up this way. It's that stop there. It shouldn't be there anymore. I'm not quite sure what that stop's doing there. I think we might have moved the stop somewhere else and never... or it might have been routed somewhere else. It's like watching World War Z or any other zombie movie. I'm playing Days Gone at the moment. It's like watching a horde of freakers just suddenly charge towards you. Seeing that, yeah, moving that stop. But there we go. That will help. And like I said, I think the route might have originally come up here, and then we just relocated one of these stops and didn't relocate the other one. That improves that. We need a stop that's going to go off somewhere else. Let's stick that one here. Now this one wants to run along here. So let's bring that out, put the first stop in there. Put one there, one there. This was literally just going to run along this road here. Like this. Until it gets to here. And then it'll loop in to the estate here. And to there. And then parrot those stops on the opposite side of the road, mirroring them, and you can hear the upgrades pinging like crazy as we're adding this transport route in. Look at all those buildings just going like crazy. Look at them. It's been a while since we've seen that. I love watching that. Means we've done something very, very good. It's that little pat on the back that says, well done, you know what you're doing. Or at least, if you don't know what you're doing, you've stumbled onto something that's good, so do more of this. And then this needs to loop in and complete the route. I wonder if I don't have that stop there, just complete the route there. Yeah, that's probably a better option. In fact, if I put a stop in here, and if I take that stop there and drag that down there. Yes, I like that. That's better. Oh, those buildings have certainly pinged their way up, haven't they? Let's take a quick look at our building levels. You can see those offices there all suddenly jumped up to rank 3. Our commercial buildings almost all jumped up to rank 3. There's a couple still at rank 2. Some of our residences have improved all the way up to level 5. Some are still at the lower levels, but you can see that these are pinging as well now that the transport link is taking effect. They probably need a little bit more leisure stuff to boost them that bit further, get them all the way up. But the bigger the building, or the higher the level, the more people it holds, the bigger the population. Which is still falling. We're down to 44,500 people now. What is going on? Unemployment's down to 4%, but again, you know, we've lost 4,000 people now from our city, nearly, in the space of, you know, very little time. And now, finally, it's starting to go back up again. You can see the numbers starting to climb. That's bizarre. We are getting that demand again. Seniors now occupy 29% of our population. Look, they're all in tower blocks. Look at them all. That's crazy. Yeah, I can foresee a big death wave hitting us pretty soon. I mean, we're kind of balancing at the moment, deaths against births. Oh, deaths just took a big spike, up to 174 from 140 something. See if it changes again. Still seeing the buildings upgrade. I do like to see the pings. Yeah, it's gone up a little bit more. Births have fallen slightly as well. That's okay. And population going back down again. So population holding at around about 44 44.5 to 45,000 at the moment. But you can see a little flurry of births happening just over here. So those numbers will change over time. We just got to let things settle down again. We have a power problem. We don't have enough power, so quickly to the economy. We just added in a lot of new businesses and buildings, so we need to change our budget until we're at a point where we can actually drop in a new updraft tower or something. There we go. Oh, that looks so much nicer now with the way the traffic flows through there, doesn't it? Slightly less, more of a traditional farm shape, but you know, this has now become quite a big industrial sector for us, so it kind of needs that sort of organised traffic flow in that main concrete jungle or concrete strip that runs through the middle of it. This is ready to collect people as well, so I think I'll let the city settle down for a moment. So I'll let it run for another 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'll see where we stand numbers wise. You can see our demands have changed quite dramatically in the last few minutes. So that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more of our cleanup crew challenge for City Skylines Green Cities here on the PS4 very soon.